Hello and welcome to episode 36 of Zero to Hero. Yes, welcome back to episode 36 of Zero to Hero. I'm Wes, and in today's episode we'll be taking on Cambridge United and Scunthorpe United in League 2. Now, since you were last with me, we have been on a fantastic run of form, and I'm going to show you it here. We are actually unbeaten in the league so far this season. You saw us take on Barrow in our opening game of the season, my old club as well, and we beat them 2-1 at home. Goals from Keith Mail and Amadou Bar in that game, and Ellis Barkworth scoring the own goal that got Barrow back into it. But we hung on for the win, and we've managed to follow it up with a 4-2 victory against Peterborough United in the Carabao Cup first round at home. 2 goals from Amadou Bar and 2 from Jack Earing meant we got through to round 2. We then followed that up with our only draw so far this season against Forest Green away from home. The only goal for us from Keith Mail, who has been on fire so far this season. But we got back to winning ways in the next game where we beat Doncaster convincingly 3-0 at home. 2 goals from Keith Mail and 1 from Amadou Bar meant we took all 3 points there. Then the next game I was going to show you, because I couldn't quite believe that we got Tottenham away from home at the new White Hart Lane in the Carabao Cup second round, but I thought it's a little bit too early to be showing Carabao Cup games. And I thought, we're only going to lose that anyway, but we didn't. We beat them 2-0 at New White Hart Lane. Goals from Charlie Walford and Connor Young meant we went through to the third round of the Carabao Cup for the first time in this series. And we followed that up with a 2-0 home win against Exeter. Goals from Martel Taylor-Crossdale and Keith Mail. And then we won our last game. We went on and beat Brighton under-23s in the Checkatrade Trophy group stage, our first game. And again, goals from Keith Mail and Ellis Barkworth in that game. And in our last game, we beat Rochdale 3-1 away from home. Goals from Jack Earing and 2 goals from Keith Mail. He's been, like I said, been absolutely on fire for us this season. And we'll have a look at him now. Brought him in on loan from Portsmouth and he's been fantastic. He scored 7 goals in the league, 1 in the Checkatrade Trophy, and he's got 4 assists in all competitions. He's scored 8 goals in all competitions so far. He's scored 7 in the league, and we'll have a look at see where that puts him in the goal scoring stakes in League 2. I'm sure he's got to be near the top. He's actually joint first with Harry Cardwell of Grimsby, and we've got 2 players in the top 3 of the average rating, Amadou Bar and Keith Mail. Amadou Bar also second for assists with 4. We're having a very, very good season, unbeaten in the league and unbeaten in the Carabao Cup and Checkatrade Trophy so far. But we are only sitting second because we have a game in hand on Scunthorpe, who are first, who we play in the second game of today's episode. We're 5 points drift of them at the moment, so hopefully with the game in hand if we can beat them and win our game in hand, we will go top of the table. Now, the transfer window has shut and we have some transfer news to tell you about. Not so many we have had some goings out. We've had Fleming go out on loan to Dagenham and Redbridge since the last episode. Also, I don't know if Sam Matthews had left when you last saw us. When did we play Barrow? Played Barrow on the 6th, so yeah, he'd gone. So yeah, Alan Fleming went out on loan to Dagenham and Redbridge. Carl James has gone out on loan from to Woking for both season-long loans, and we let Easy go to Bolton for 50,000. But coming in, we have brought in another few players. We brought in Jordan Wright on loan from Cardiff. He is a 20-year-old English striker. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential, likes to play as a false 9. He's made a couple of appearances for us, not been starting, they've been as substitutes, and he's got an average rating so far of 6.60, so he's still adjusting to life here. We've also brought in Alex Crean, a 22-year-old Scottish goalkeeper. We've brought him in as a backup keeper because Jananson is currently injured still, and I wanted someone a bit better than Howard, someone who can also possibly progress and be as good as Journeyman or Fossen, who we've got in goal at the moment. And he has got a 2-star current ability and a, where did it go? And a 3.5-star potential ability. And he came in on a free transfer from Leicester, who released him at the end of last season. We then signed Billy Freeman on loan. He is a 19-year-old English left back. We signed him on loan from West Brom. He's got a 2.5-star current ability and a 5-star potential. Another bit of backup for Charlie Walford, because Kagosi's been complaining about first team football, and when he has played, he hasn't played very well. So we brought in Billy Freeman as a bit because he's better than Kagosi. He's made one appearance as a substitute for us and a rating of 6.7 in that game, so he played well. We also brought in Jonathan Kajar on a free transfer. He's a 32-year-old Ivorian international, 13 caps and 6 goals for his country. He has a 3-star current and potential ability. We brought him in for a bit of experience as we were running low on strikers, and seeing as we play with 3 strikers, we need quite a few backups. He likes to play as an advanced forward. We signed him on a free transfer from Aston Villa, where he failed to make an appearance last season, but he has scored goals in the Championship. He's never been down as low as League 2, but he scored 105 goals over the course of 324 appearances in his career. And he is someone that Aston Villa, the season before last in real life, spent £11 million on. So they must have seen something in him. He's made one appearance for us, and he wasn't on the pitch long enough to even get a rating. He played like the last 5 minutes of one of the last games we played. We've also got another familiar face back with us, someone from the FC United days. Yes, Jason Gilchrist has joined us on a free transfer. He's now 27 years old. He's only got a 1.5-star current and potential ability, but I had to bring him in when I saw he was on a free transfer. We needed strikers, and I thought, yeah, he can get us a goal maybe in maybe the Checker Trade Trophy when we're wanting to rotate the side. He hasn't made any appearances for us yet. He's not likely to. He'll play in the under-23s mostly. But, I mean, even after we left FC United, he still carried on scoring goals. Not at the same rate he was scoring them when we were there, but he's still been scoring goals. His average rating's been really good over the last few seasons. I can't understand why FC United have let him go, because they're back down in the Vanarama North, and he would be a fantastic addition to any Vanarama North side. So that's it for the transfers until January. So we're going to go on to our first game against Cambridge United, and this is the starting 11 we're going with for that game. We're going with Fasten in goal, a back 3 of Barkworth, Sabassi and Humphreys, with Walford and Cox as the wing backs, a midfield of Earing and Chettle, and a front 3 of Barr, Mail and Taylor Crossdale. On the bench we have Alex Crean, Billy Freeman, Sam Wilson, Drew Yearwood, Max Polk, Jordan Wright and Jonathan Kajar, playing on an attacking mentality, flexible team shape with pass into space, play out of defence, work the ball into the box, whipped crosses, use tighter marking, much deeper defensive line, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and play much narrower as the team instructions. We are favourites for this game, as we should be, considering we're unbeaten. I'm not sure where Cambridge are at the moment in the league. We'll have a look as we progress through this game, and I'm fully expecting to keep this unbeaten run going, although the last time I said that last season we lost to Barnet, who were bottom of the table. So I'm hoping it's not a repeat of that as we get into this game. Let's have a look to see where Cambridge United are. If they're bottom of the table, that would be just a kick in the teeth. There they are in 9th. So they've not been too bad this season. They're 5 points behind, or 4 points behind us. So they've not been playing that badly this season, but we've been playing outstanding. Humphreys with the tackle, but he couldn't keep that one out. 9 minutes in, we've gone 1-0 down, and I've cursed us again. Exactly the same as what I did against Barnet. It was a good tackle from Humphreys there, but there was no one else there to pick up the ball, and it was just a simple cross and a simple finish for their player. But it's still very early on for us to get back into it. This isn't our game in hand on Scunthorpe, so we do still have a game to play where we can catch them up even if we do lose today. If we can still beat them, we can close that gap and hopefully go ahead of them later on in the season. We've got a free kick now. Barkworth on the edge of the box, and Sabassi has scored his first ever goal for us 21 minutes in to equalise. Barkworth with the shot from the edge of the area after Wolford's free kick. The keeper saved, but Sabassi was there just to put it away, and it was the easiest finish you're ever likely to see. We've had 5 shots so far, 4 of them on target, so we've been very clinical, very accurate with our shooting today. We've had 58% of possession. We are committing a lot of fouls, having already picked up 2 yellow cards in 35 minutes. It's been a pretty uneventful first half, but we've got a highlight now. Chettle with the ball in midfield, through to Barr, who forces a save out of the Cambridge keeper, and we've won the corner. Earing with the corner, can't find any of our players though. Barkworth with the ball on midfield, and that is the end of the highlight. As things stand, we have dropped to 4th place out of the automatic promotion spots. I believe that's because Barnet and Gillingham are winning their games at the moment. And it looks like we're going to go in at half-time 1-1. Good first half from us, really. We should have been... we've had lots of shots. We've had 2 clear-cut chances, 1 half chance, and Cambridge have had none of either. So really we're being robbed at the moment. We should be ahead. Wolford with the ball now, up to Barr, back to Chettle, now back out to Wolford, who tries to find Barr again, but he can't, and we're defending again. Barkworth picks up the loose ball, plays it back to Fasten, to Sabassi, who plays a long ball up to Amadou Barr, through to Mail, and there you go. That's Keith Mayall's 9th goal of the season in all competitions, 8th in the league, and that puts us 2-1 ahead, 1 minute and 30 seconds into the second half. It was a good ball through from Barr, and a great ball forward from Sabassi, I believe, to start with, and that pushes us back up to second, and within 3 points now of Scunthorpe. If things stay as they are now, and then we go and beat Scunthorpe, we will go top of the table on goal difference. We're 54 minutes in, and we're looking good at the moment. Charlie Wolford not having the best of games at the minute, and he is on a yellow card, so he may be coming off soon if he doesn't improve. But here he is with the throw-in to Chettle, out wide to Cox. Can he find the cross? He does. He finds Mail, and that's his 2nd of the game, his 10th of the season in all competitions. He's got to be the signing of the season so far. If I need to make sure I extend his loan later on in the season, so we've got him for next year. We've had 10 shots, 8 on target. We're defending a corner now. We've headed it out well. We need to defend some more. Barr with the ball now up to Taylor Crossdale. Mail, can he get his hat-trick? Forces a save out the keeper, and we've won the corner. 63 minutes in. Chettle with the corner. Taylor Crossdale blazes it over though from inside the area, and I think we're going to make some substitutions now. 66 minutes in, we're going to bring Charlie Wolford off. We're going to give Billy Freeman a run out at left wing back. Who else isn't having a very good game? Barr not having the best of games at the moment, so we're going to bring on Jordan Wright so you can have a look at him. We'll play him as a false 9 rather than a target man. And Chettle's looking quite tired, so I'm going to bring him off. We're going to make a triple substitution. We're going to bring on Drew Yearwood, and we're going to play him as a Mazzala on attack. And yes, that's going to be it for substitutions for the rest of this game. So hopefully we won't get any injuries. From the looks of things, Scunthorpe have gone ahead in their game because they're up to 21 points as things stand. So we can't go top of the table in this episode. Mail out wide, crosses into Wright, who heads over. Freeman with the ball now to Taylor Crossdale. Wright to Mail to Yearwood, who hits the crossbar. A thundering effort from long range. We've been very, very dominant in this game. Cambridge have had 5 shots, 1 on target. We've had 56% of possession, 14 shots on target, 14 shots, 9 on target. We've had 5 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, and Cambridge haven't had one of either yet, and it's 77 minutes in. Taylor Crossdale with the ball to Earing, to Mail. That's his hat-trick, and that is 4-1. Assist from Jack Earing there. Humphreys played the ball forward to Taylor Crossdale, who didn't actually win the ball. It was nodded down by their defender, and Earing played the ball through to Mail, and that was a fantastic goal to round off a fantastic performance from him. He's even been booked. Freeman with a free kick now to Barkworth. That's 5-1, 80 minutes in. Freeman with the assist. It was a well-worked set piece. Good goal from Barkworth there. Good finish from the centre-back. It ricocheted off a couple of defenders there, but they're going to give it to him. And this is great for our goal difference and our confidence going into the game against Scunthorpe. Nobody has really put a foot wrong today. Freeman now with the throw-in to Mail. He loses out, and now Cambridge are going to try and break on us. They're through on goal, and that's 5-2. Their first clear-cut chance of the game, 88 minutes in. It doesn't matter. We're not going to concede another 3 goals in the next 3 minutes or so. We've got 4 minutes of added time now, I've said that. And we're cruising through those without any event whatsoever. And I think that's going to be it. The referee's going to blow his whistle any second now, or he's just going to let Cambridge play on. Earring with the ball now to Wright, to Mail, and surely that's it. It is. We've won 5-2 against Cambridge United. We continue our unbeaten run, and the only team that stands in our way of keeping that run going at the moment is Scunthorpe United. Okay, this is the side we're going with against Scunthorpe United. It's exactly the same side that started the game against Cambridge, so why would we change anything? The only difference is Connor Young is fit again, so he makes his way onto the bench at the expense of Sam Wilson, and Dean Moore also fit again, so he comes onto the bench at the expense of Max Polk. Other than that, exactly the same side, and hopefully same result. Fingers crossed. It is first versus second, and we are still 5 points adrift of Scunthorpe, so this is where we can close that gap to 2 and still have a game in hand on them. But they are also unbeaten, and they have not lost a game, whereas we have drawn a game. So they're doing things properly. So we need to try and be the first team that beats them this season. It's not going to be easy, but hopefully we have enough about us to do it. We've got a decent side, we've got strength in depth, and Walford with the ball. Barr up to Taylor Crossdale, back to Barr, to Cox, who crosses it in for Mayo, and we're 1-0 up, 7.5 minutes in. A great start from us. Taylor Crossdale with the ball across to Barr, who played it through to Cox, and it was a good cross from Cox, and Mayo heads it in from close range to put us 1-0 up. First highlight of the game as well. If we can carry on like that, then I can't see why we would not win the league this season. Although we had a very good start to our season last season, and things just went from bad to worse, and we ended up dropping out of the playoffs altogether. But hopefully it won't happen this time. Fingers crossed. We've strengthened in areas that we needed to strengthen. We had problems in the goalkeeping area last season, and I think we've solved that problem with Fassen. We've also got Crean as well. And then when Jananson comes back, he's another good choice in goal for us. So we've got plenty of decent goalkeepers. We've got lots of decent defenders, some good midfielders and some good strikers in the club. So it could be our season. Really could be. I'm rambling on because we've not had any more highlights in the first half. We're into stoppage time at the end of the first half, and it looks like we're going to go in 1-0 up. And if it stays like this, I won't be unhappy. I'll just keep rambling on to try and keep you entertained while we just cruise to a 1-0 victory. I'm not going to make any changes at half time. If we go much further in this game at 1-0, I may have to drop some players back to try and keep this at 1-0, but if we can go even further ahead, that'd be better. Chettle with the ball in midfield, through to Taylor Crossdale, crosses it into Barr, and it forces a save out of the Scunthorpe keeper. And now we're defending, and that's gone over the bar, luckily. So as things stand, if we will only be 2 points behind Scunthorpe with a game in hand on them, and we could quite possibly go ahead of them shortly. I don't know when that game in hand is. I think it was because we was playing Spurs in the Carabao Cup that we had to rearrange one of the games, and I can't remember which one it was. We're 64 minutes in, and I think I'm going to make some substitutions to keep some fresh legs on the pitch. Barkworth not having a very good game, so he's going to come off, and we're going to bring on Connor Young for his first game back from injury, and Taylor Crossdale not having a good game. So you're going to get the first look at Jonathan Kajar. He's not match fit. He's currently trying to build match fitness because he's been out without a club all through the summer, so he hasn't been training. We only signed him a couple of weeks ago, so little substitute appearances like this and under 23 games as well will help him build match fitness. We're 75 minutes in and still only 1-0 up. Once it gets to about 80 minutes, I am going to try and drop some players back, but then they're not getting any highlights if we're not getting any highlights either. Although now I say that they're attacking, but we've won the ball back in midfield. Sabassi through to Amadou Bar, who forces another save out of the Scunthorpe keeper. Chettle with the ball now to Mail. Humphreys in the area and they get it clear 80 minutes in. We've defending a corner now and they put that one wide. Luckily, it's time for our last substitution and I am going to bring off Bar and I'm going to drop him back first, then I'm going to bring him off and bring on Dean Moore as the ball-winning midfielder in a midfield three. But actually I want him to play in the middle as the ball-winning midfielder on defend, and then we're going to have Earring play as a deep-lying playmaker on support, and then we're going to bring Mail across like that and just finish the game like that, pack the midfield out, try not to concede any goals. Although they've got a corner now and we've just given away a penalty, can Fasten make himself a hero and save this penalty? He hasn't. That's 1-1, 85 minutes in, and we've just made a defensive substitution and it has gone through. Still a draw, not a bad result but it means we'll be still 5 points behind Scunthorpe. We're into stoppage time now, which we've gone through most of it, and we're defending again. That's full time. A draw away from home against top of the table Scunthorpe. Not a bad result. It's a shame because we were 1-0 up, but there's going to be plenty more time in this season for us to go ahead of Scunthorpe. We can close that gap with our game in hand and we'll only be 2 points behind them if we win that. So it's not the end of the world. In fact, it was a good result. We'll have a look, see where we're going to come back. We've got Swansea in the third round of the Carabao Cup. I'm not going to show you any Carabao Cup games at the moment. I'm not going to show the Checker Trade Trophy group stage games either. So I think we'll play quite a few behind the scenes. We've got Boston next. I think maybe we'll come back for... We've not seen AFC Wimbledon so far in this series. So we'll play AFC Wimbledon and Salford in the next episode. If you like that, please give it a big thumbs up. Smash that like button. Please subscribe for more Football Manager 18 content. And don't forget, follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook at WeaselGamer TV for both of those. And thank you very much for watching.